The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Let's get a tablet and pen. Let's begin. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. All right. If you didn't know that and you haven't been here before, let's see what I can do for you. Now, they nicknamed me the Godfather Credit years ago. Been on KNX radio for about 48 years, and that's how I got that nickname after I did probably about $60 billion of credit for customers, probably like you. Now, it's not easy. If you want the American dream and you want to live on the hill, drive the car of your dreams, and when somebody sues you, they get diddly squat, pay attention today. Show you how I got to million to billion into corporate structure. Now, this is live. I'm live 6 days a week. From there, there's no pictures, there's no recording because I need you to put it here. It's got to be habit forming as we're going to learn to play the game of business, and that's called winning the game of business. I wrote that 45 years ago too. Now, again, like I said, 6 days a week. Now, here's some goodies I obtained. I think you should obtain some goodies too, but you got to follow through. Biggest problem we have with people, half of them are lazy. The other half need to follow through and quit following sheep and ducks. I'll explain that as we go. Now, there's me. All right, when I was in a first coma at 5.5 years old, I was crippled for life. Told I'm never going to walk again. But my journey started when I was born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. Then my mommy didn't want me, so I got to be Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. So my journey basically was not so easy. Maybe you got a mommy and a daddy. I didn't get that at all. So let's have your journey begin today with me. Let's teach you how to play. Look behind that curtain. Now, I don't understand why you didn't get your first million yet. I did that at 14 and a half. 2.6 billion in corporate structure of 26. You haven't done that either too? What's wrong with you? What you have to learn to do is play. Now understand something today. I'd like you to take out your personal credit cards. Why? Because you got to maintain that 750 score if you're going to get some more. Here's the problem with most consumers. They follow their friends and family how to build credit. And they were guessing anyway. But the reality is it took them about 3 years to kind of balance that and kind of figure out some things too. Unfortunately, most of it was wrong. How do I know? I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago. He was security chief at TOW in Hesperian. I set up a lot of the rules and tools you get to play with today. Now listen carefully on your credit cards in your personal wallet. Get them out now. Take the cards in the back and put a sticky. See, we had to dummy proof this. We had to write down the limit of the card. We got to maintain 25% always, never past 29%. Anything past 29% on this $100,000, what's going to happen to your score? Plop. See, the problem, most of you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and you can write out diddly squat, and you're about to pay home. I'm sorry to say that's called silly and dumb. This, if I use what I just told you to do, that's 71,000 of safety. See, you have to create your line of defense. This world is mean and cruel. And by the way, you probably had a friend and family rip you off too. We got to learn to play. But right in front of you now, this is basically chapter 18. I'm not here to give legal accounting advice at all. I just want to show you exactly what you can do for you. Corporation's a legal person. It says it right in front of you. Now, I learned this at 7.5 years old. I listened to a poker game and they were talking about that. Then from there, I tore apart 17983. You see what it says? A corporation is a legal person that may sue or be sued. Now, someone had a question already. Okay, let's answer their question. I see this guy on TikTok that talks about LLCs and properties, and he says he owns nothing. Okay, well, I'm sorry, that guy's full of, how to say it in a nice way. Every corporation, there's an officer's list, statement of information. Where he's wrong, he's full of crap. That's not how rich and famous people do it. I've been their consultant for 45 years for most rich and famous people. It doesn't matter if it's Clippers, Lakers, doesn't matter if it's Shaq, doesn't matter if it's other person too. Who do you think they listen to? So an LLC, as you're talking about, there's an officer's list, which means to open a bank account. So the bottom line is your name is somewhere. And when you screw it up, they sue you. That's what I want to prove to you. A corporation is a legal person that may sue or be sued. Who do you think they're going to name? What, a ghost signs a bank account? All right, who's the certificate of ownership? Who's got the stock in possession? Is it bearer or not? See, here's the problem. Things that some of you watch on TikTok, YouTube, and Google, I'm sorry, it's a lot of BS. I'm sorry, but I'm going to show you how I got to million to billion and some of the goodies along the way. Real goodies, okay? So let's understand since and what I did for me. I'm being used, abused as a kid. I'm listening to grown-ups figuring out how to get out of hell. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy. So what I had to do, simple. I listened and I learned. When I heard a corporation's a legal person, I went down to the Torrance Police Department because next door was a library. I went in and go, ma'am, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. She came back and said a couple minutes later, here's a mock of it. Here's a bug. She was a bee. Now understand. I read the book. All these people on YouTube, Google, and social media, it's great. Okay, and tickety talk. Show me what they got. Show me their bank account. Show me what they got to do besides a lot of blah, blah, blah and BS. Because that guy's so full of crap, it's ridiculous. But I can just tell you the truth. But I'm going to be blunt with you as well. So, a corporation, what did I do? When I was 9.5, going back to the library for 2 years, I sent away a money order to the Secretary of State of California. And I got a corporation that came back. Now, some of you, probably all of you, based on your age, all right, you probably got credit cards in the mail when you were basically in 70s and 80s, like I did. Corporation got 100,000 in the mail. All right. See, back then you weren't supposed to use your SSN for credit purposes. By the way, even today, you're not supposed to do that too. But again, a bunch of dummies follow along. And guess what we got today? We got a president that's a dinosaur that says he's going to have a corporation, the government have a credit bureau, and get rid of all the other ones because we're using his number called SSN. So what did I do? I got a corporation came back called Helping Hand Industries. I don't understand. Some of you pay thousands of dollars to an attorney, CPA, incorporating service for a corporation that's actually free. You pay a filing fee. It's on the Secretary of State's website. And you didn't learn diddly squat. Shame on you for pissing away money. So understand, I got named in the movie Day 2. So here's what we got to do. Now, Everything's going okay. I'm learning this and that as well. And then I got named in a lawsuit. Simple. I got named in a lawsuit because I used the word Braille, because I started the first Orange County Blind Center. So I had to learn about trade names and trademarks and copyrights too, the ultimate goal. Next, I basically had to figure out something I could do not to bring the pain to the corporation or my family. That's why I invented division process. So never bring the pain home. So let's understand today. When I was a kid, the grown-ups kept saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I asked what that meant. They couldn't answer the question too. Let me explain it to you again and again. You're a corporation, Secretary of State's website, no matter what it is, LLC, S Corp, whatever you see, and all that stupid thing you see on the TikTok guy you asked about. Here's this and this and the trust that owns the LLCs. Who the F's on the bank account? Who's on the auditors list? You're a duck, you're a sheep. They're going to sue, and they're going to sue that person that's listed, which is probably you. So you can't get around that. You can't get around something. Okay, you got to work through it and understand division process. But again, it's like put your ducks in a row. I asked the grown-ups what it meant. They couldn't explain it to me. So I said, here's a corp and here's 3 divisions. I gave them the solution I'm trying to give you. Never bring the pain home. You see, I got to warn you about something about me. I am very honest and I'm very blunt. And basically, I'm going to tell it like it is. And if you follow stupid, you basically did stupid. Doesn't mean you're stupid. The reality is you're going to understand that by the time I'm done with you today. The ultimate goal is I build millionaires. And you have to get coaching. You got to get process. You got to let me hold your hand every step of the way because you got questions no matter what you say or do. Again, I need you to follow through. As we play, I'm the godfather of credit, Ray Reynolds. I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old. And I want you to never bring the pain home. So let's understand my foolproof program as long as you follow through. Now let's understand. We started a hospital in basically Fiji Islands with Dr. Lucky. We got Arnold to be on the board as well. You've heard of Arnold, right? From there, we got Superman for Gold's Gym. All right, got him $1 million in 9 months. And he says, I kick ass and motivate. And then I got college professors. And Glenn, I gave him a raise 360. See, he was living in his Pinto car for 3 years. It's ridiculous. He was too busy feeling sorry for himself. I told him to get off his assets and let's get work done. So I got him $450,000 in credit, a new house, a new truck, and making millions a year. Is that okay? All right, Giovanni, $1.6 million. Little Karen Properties in Long Beach. Oh, she got her videos too, $1.2 million in 9 months. And then we got to help people coming out of prison too. Here's Freeway Ricky Dickie Ross, gold and platinum cards. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. I rebuilt him in 8 months or less. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of credit, brand new dump trucks too. See, I can rebuild every one of you, but you understand how this works. It's like Franklin D. Roosevelt. He took when the result was called the Gold Reserve Act in 34, before we were born. See, when we were born, we didn't have to get an SS5 SSN. We were told to get that at 14 to 16 because they used the gold as the reserve and they called it Fort Knox. When Nixon took the gold standard out, every woman had to do one thing. She had to get the SS5 signed within an hour and a half, delivering a baby. So they can get the SS what in for the baby goes home and take a nap. See, they got to learn to play. Here's the biggest problem with you, the biggest mistake you make. You don't understand how it works. SS5 equals SSN, Social Security number. That creates a 1040 tax return. Had nothing to do with credit in the first place. And right now, a bunch of dummies keep using that for credit purposes, and you want to get one chance not to screw up we the people. And the bottom line is they track our income through the SSN, and that's called tax, and probate when we're dead. And then the time of death at the hospital, that's for the state and federal government, not for your family. So now let's compare it to an SS4. Bank of America, banker, 5,000 locations. They got cited for $100 million 3 weeks ago. Chase Bank too, shut down last week as well, Hyundai, and U.S. Bank and Wells Fargo and all this stuff too. How do they bankrupt locations? They're called branch numbers. So what do? The SS4. So if we read this and dissect and look behind the curtain, it says legal name of entity or individual person. So if we pay attention, a name of an entity or your name can go in line 1. Next, the SS5 equals SSN 1040. The S is 4 equals 1120 in tax return, known as the tax ID. See, you never had to bring the pain home in the first place. You chose to follow ducks and sheep. All right, this is truly a second chance. And if you're a tax protester, just go to prison like Wesley Snipes did for 3 years, fine $5 million. You see, that's called stupid. Those are crooks. If you play by the rules and the tools, and you play with the IRS, and you understand you got to abide by the rules, you take out the 1244. It allows you to file the tax return of you and the corporation and file one tax return and almost never pay tax. It's simple to do. See, you got to learn the rules and tools how to play, because your goal is to win the game of business right away. Now, what happens with people? They basically follow the lack of knowledge makes them do stupid things. I just think half the people are lazy. They're the half follow the stupid. Doesn't mean they're stupid. So let's take corporate credit. Everything under a tax ID is a write-off. If I give you cash credit, it's free money. You just have to maintain the payment. From there, you don't hurt your family. Next thing is the division gives you the line of defense. Here's your problem. You keep bringing the pain home to hurt you and your family, and that's called stupid. I'm sorry, it's just plain stupid. You never had to. Why would you follow ducks and sheep? Divisions allow you the line of defense. A corporation can maintain entities. It's how banks and grocery stores and cities do it. It allows you to build $1 million of credit, or I do it for you. Next, you get to build a legacy for you and your family. You see, I call it free money, but you got to maintain the payment. $50,000 is about $612.26, so $650 a month. Do you realize if you invest $50,000 on a corporate card, everything's a write-off for you? All right, through the corporation, and you're generating about $40,000 plus a month income, called residual income. The biggest mistake all of you make, you don't focus on residual income. Let's look. 17, I have 19 houses. 19. I can't get to 20 because they said I can't do it because of my loan to value problem. Then they go, how'd you get 19? Reality is they didn't know how to play. That's their problem, not mine. I transferred the properties into entities called divisions. I freed up my loan to value problem. I have been collecting real estate, commercial, or basically apartment complexes, duplexes, storage units, franchises since I was 17. See, I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. I don't seem to need one. The residual income pays the bills and keeps you making money, up and away. It's kind of like when Facebook went public, I put $1,000 a day, and I still do that too. On top of that, they did the Bitcoin. I put $1 million in it. See how would it happen? You got to see that account. Why would I have to work? That makes no sense. I'm a pretty smart guy. So should you. Learn to play. How about we get up to $75,000 a month? Residual income. When are you going to start being a friggin' investor and start working your tail off? See, I don't understand stupid. You're not stupid. But what happens is you're so busy doing that same rerun, you're not gaining. Residual income allows you to have money coming in even through the rainy day. You got 16 ways to be an investor in opportunity. You can take about 10% of every card I ever build you and start taking this seriously and invest to be residual income. Within 3 to 5 years, you'll have over 100,000 a month. If you did it right away, you can start gaining up and away. But it's up to you because you're getting older, slower. Hell, you're not as pretty as you used to be. None of us are. So understand, your biggest problem is you. If you don't build residual income, I'm sorry, it's just crap. You're going to die broke, or you're going to play in that 401k, which is a piece of crap anyway. So if you want to do residual income, hedge fund, real estate, franchise, storage units. I've been collecting those since I was 17 because no matter, even during a pandemic, you get paid. Isn't that fun? It's like piece by piece to millionaire. Day 1, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Now what's going to happen is this. I'm going to do basically several hour special, probably at 3 hours. All right, 2 to 3, maybe 4, to go as long as it takes. I'm going to explain every step of the way to do residual income the way I do it. It's very simple. Now, if you pre-register, it is $699. If you wait till basically Monday, it's $999. All right, I'm giving you a $300 discount to do it online with me. If not, it's okay. I'll just take more money from you. See, the special workshop is about building residual income. And that's what I want you to focus on. Because anything else to me is just BS. So, understand, take a picture of Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, RayArraysCredit.com. Bank transfer, deposit, or wire, but that doesn't count for the specials I offer today because it had to be Zelle, now. Or you can always call the office at 800-254-9506, ask for a specialist, or talk to Scott, my controller. You see, the United States of America Incorporated. One of my theses a long time ago was international constitutional law. They got 50 corporations. Oh, they call them states. States got corporations, they call them cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy case blankets the Fen under the Federal Protection Act public record so they can bankrupt the city's debts and stay in business. And they've done it to 11 cities so far. Your problem is you got to turn these suckers up and understand how to play, we the people. A corporation's a legal person. I'd like you to stop bringing the damn pain home. Is that okay with you? I'd like to repackage your life and do it my way because I think your way sucks. That's just my personal opinion. All right, division of me. We take that form again. I can put your name, corp, division, or subsidiary on it. I'd like to build you a corporate umbrella up to $1 million if you allow me to, but that's going to be up to you. So let's understand. It's like that Lamborghini in front of you. Here's the keys. We got a car collection. Oh, goody. I don't own a car. The payment of this car for worth $1 million is $6,800 a month. If I don't pay it, they're going to take it away. Now I got shitty credit. They reported to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now I got an IRS problem and I got double shitty credit. If I buy it through the corporation and they sue the corp, they still sue me. So all corps get sued because there's somebody on their name, which is probably you. What did I do? I have no intent to do fraud. So I did the corporation. I have my division. I put the Lamborghini, I bought it through the division of a corporation. I showed you SSN versus SS4. Remember that? I guarantee that they're SS4. So that's division process. If I got a problem, I can do the 3-step I invented for me. You ready to write down the 3-step? I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and shove that sucker over here and maintain my other pieces. Grocery stores and cities and banks is what they do all the time. As long as I protect the corporation and I protect my family, everybody's forgetting the corp. Because when they sue the corp, they sue you. So they keep thinking about it protects them. Hell, it does not. So understand, if I can't save this within about 6 months, under the Federal Protection Act, public record, I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it, throw the sucker away, and protect my corporation and my family too. Your problem is still you. Your lack of knowledge. When you lease a building, it's division-based. You have properties, it's division-based. You don't know who's going to fall and sue you and kind of screw you up. Now, a corporation, I don't give a damn if it's S Corp, C Corp, LLC, LLP, and the Macarena. None of that BS matters. What matters is this. The money coming to the SS4 is taxable when you're profitable. You're taxable when you're what? Profitable. All that other BS is confusing people, and that's why they don't want to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, they must well be dead. Under the Fair Lending Act, you get 99 more cards. How many millions would you like? Let me know. I'll show you how to play, and I'll do the work for you too. Building you a corporate umbrella, by the way. So here's how it works. Today, if you have a corporation, and that idiot on TikTok going, LLC, and shut the fuck up. I just like to kick his ass. I mean, it's stupid people. Every one of those LLCs have an officer and open a bank account. I mean, come on, this is bull crap. Okay, it's so obvious he's stupid. If you look at your corporation today, the Secretary of State's website, please do. You'll see your name as the incorporator. All right, you're the officer, statement of information. The bottom line, that's how it works. And 87% of you use your home address. I'm sorry to say, that's called stupid. Now you add yourself to the national mailing list. So do yourself a favor, change it to a mailbox, etc. When I was a kid, they said one thing, put your ducks in a row. I asked what it meant. They couldn't explain it to me. I designed it for them and for me and for you. Here's the corporate division entities. Here's the thing. If your corporation is sued today, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep, and that sucks. A lot of defense, like banks and grocery stores do. Your ultimate goal. Here's a $100 million building across the street of South Coast Plaza Mall. It says Ray Reynolds University. And here's a Lamborghini. It says even on the doors. Here's a $5 million mansion. Hell, there's a race boat worth $1 million. They got my name on it. Why don't you have these things? What's wrong with you? These aren't turned up today? I don't understand. Why didn't you get your first million at least? So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? We can play the game when we get to win if you want to. If you let me add you to my credit system, I can rebuild you. Now, what's your goal? What's your honest goal? Whatever you tell me, I'm going to say, no, you need to build residual income. Everything else to me is BS, okay? Foundation and residual income. That should be your focus. Look at the calendar today, projected or the rest of the year, how many working days you have left. Next, I'm online 6 days a week. I've been in person or online 6 days a week for 45 years. Ultimate goal, trying to rebuild everybody. As my wife calls this, my hobby. See, when I basically retired at 26 with 2.6 billion structure, I was bored. So I just started to help the small person like I used to be too. How do we get to million to billion? Now I need you to write down credit, loan, and money. Write it down. You had money and you spent it. In other words, you pissed it away and then you broke the next day. If we take a $100,000 card, this comes in checkbooks. Anything above 10 usually doesn't show up on personal report. It's all based on tax ID. We write a check from the credit card, 100,000 right back to the bank. We reference 3 times 5. They're going to give us up to $1.5 million of a line of credit because borrowed money is not taxable. Your corporation is going to own a franchise and an apartment complex. These are residual income even through a pandemic. This is going to manage it. You got it? What's your goal? You should be building financial freedom. All right, up to $50,000 a month. That can be done pretty simple. I would say if you worked your tail off 6 months or less, you have up to $50,000 a month. Again, how does it work? Let me add you to one of my credit cards for the corporation or you or the division. All right, let's rebuild you. Let's ask for separate billing, and then I get you your own card. If you want to do, real estate, you got 14 states that have properties from $35,000 to $75,000, even new properties. You can have a management company manage it, or you have Section 8. Either way, you get paid, and you build residual income too. Got it? Now, what I'd like you to do later today is look in the mirror, stare at yourself for about 5 minutes. Ask yourself what you did yesterday to get towards millionaire. Maybe you need to think differently like I do, getting the repo list, probate list, divorce list, bankruptcy list, sell, supply, and vendor credit. Every corporation should have $1 million of cash credit, even per division, checkbook money, supply, and vendor money as well. Work your tail off. By the time you turn around, you got about a $10 million company. Remember, the biggest problem you have is you. Don't think, just do. Now, making your money, making machine would be the ultimate goal. Now, 100,000 to 1 million supply and vendor credit. It's called OPM money. What I wrote for basically using this with Dun & Bradstreet years ago too. Selling products on Amazon and eBay. So if you're not part of the package yet, basically take a picture of this. Get into one of the packages that we offer today. You get a 15-minute phone call with me. I'm usually $3,000 an hour and $25,000 a day for the last 45 years. Through my hobby, I give you a bunch of Kmart pricing. Level 1, 2, 3 and specialties on Saturday live. I do 10 classes live on Saturday, 6 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And on Wednesdays, I do classes too. Based on your investment, I'm going to give you up to 10 times money back. So the reality is, don't be surprised as you get up to 10 times the money back to you, personal business credit too. Now, if you're a client, if you want to increase your balance and you want to increase to 10,000 more on your dashboard, that'll build you 10,000 more, it's $499. 25,000 today is $999. That's client only if you sell it during the broadcast. There's your Zelle once again. There's a phone number to the office too. I like goodies. You want some goodies as well? I want you to understand this is only a couple of goodies I obtain. And I always make sure they always say the RayReynoldsUniversity.com. So let's understand. All right, every time I hear some idiot say white men can't jump, I hold the record for the highest kick and the fastest kick on the planet since '81. I guess white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. From there, I kicked out the lights that night because the guy pissed me off, Guinness Book of Records. And from there, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goal. Very simple. My first car was a Quintos Lamborghini. I bought it at 14 and a half for 60,000. I already brought in $1 million. I drove it to West Coast College. All right. So the reality is you can learn to play if you want to. From there, I don't hear no. Someone says no, I say thank you, have a nice day. I find a way anyway. See, no's don't mean no, they just don't know how. 1,000 steps to millionaire. The big fat zero, sorry. What did you get from your legacy? Probably nothing from your family. You see, I want you to realize that corporation lives forever, and we're going to die. I want what we do to build you up and away. Just basically when you die, they get a little piece, and you're just a memory. No. I want them to take over your legacy. I want you to leave $1 billion legacy like I'm going to. It's simple. Now, I need you to understand, I need you to write down irrevocable trust. Write it down now, and a UCC1. You see, your house has a deed of trust, your car has a pink slip. The assets in your home or your office should be UCC1 based. File a county recorder's office. You make it a chattel mortgage. You tie it irrevocable trust. See, when I'm dead, I know where my goodies go. Do you know where your goodies go? Or they're going to trample over what's left and you're going to be a memory. I live by 3 things: planning the problem, planning to live, and planning to die. Again, I'm going to give you up to 10 times your credit back to you to take away all your excuses. And don't worry, nobody does what I do on this planet anyway. And they sure don't give you back 10 times your money through personal business credit too. Draw the diagram in right in front of you. Corporation, entities. Your Bank of America's bankrupt 5,000 locations, Chase, Wells Fargo, Citibank, all these other ones, and based on U.S. Bank too. All right, doesn't matter if we look at Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. Your goal is, you see this in front of you, you didn't pay attention. First goal is to stop bringing the pain home, then to basically become a certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Now, I started my blueprint when I was 9.5 years old. I learned to read at 2.5 years old, by the way. I call my blueprint see it, believe it, go get it. I got no excuses. Neither do you. I like you to think about my thought of the week is to stop treading water and playing it safe. You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. And if you don't start changing your direction, you're going to be broke by the time you're basically going to retire. And that 401k is a piece of crap. You'll live with your kids within about 6 years, and you'll regret you didn't listen to me. 5 things I need you to do right away. I'm going to build you to 750. Corp and divisions. From here, $1 million of cash credit. We need basically checkbook money. And on top of that, what we need is supply and vendor credit up to $1 million. These are things you need. I hope you wrote it down today, because you're not allowed to take pictures or record. Diagram in front of you, write it down. Corporation managing entities means you stop bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row. You let me repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. You get to play and learn how to win the game too. Next year, I got my radio and TV show coming back up. I won't be available 6 days a week. Here's rich and famous people that I've been helping for 45 years too. Well, what happened with you? You probably had a kitchen table meeting. You sit with your friends and family. You started to think about, let's have a business. Hopefully somebody had a half a brain and says, what if something was wrong? Well, what did you do? You jacked up the credit, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get it anymore, and you couldn't run out dilly squat. And you hurt your family, you brought the damn pain home. That's not acceptable. The goal is not to bring the pain home from now on. Got it? From here right down to today's date, let's project 90 working days. See, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. Next on page 6, it says cash flow free every time. So when I sold the Millionaires Founders Kit at the Bonaventure for 32 years, it was very simple. It was $5,000 a set, full blueprint for up to $1 million. Now, I got to warn you a couple things about the Millionaires Founders Kit. It will give you the steps up to the $1 million. When I was in a coma 14 years ago, my wife went to my office, One Technology Drive over on Spectrum, Google it. It was only 22,000 square foot building, doing up to $1 million a day, 3 locations in other states too. She got to the office, Ron was stealing my books with 2 U-Hauls. My IT guy heard I was going to die in a coma too. So he sold my websites and my phone numbers. to a porn site because they were the highest bidder because of my following. Never called the phone number. To this day, it's still a porn site. It came back and took me 10 years to get the Ray Reynolds University back. My point is very simple. The people around you are the ones who are going to screw you over the most. You got some good ones, you got some bad ones too. The ultimate goal, if you want to copy the Ray Reynolds Millionaires Founders Kit, you can get one today, as long as you sell over 99 bucks. That covers shipping and handling. So you don't have to pay the $5,000 anymore. Very simple to do. There's your Zelle. And always put RW in your Zelle. Next, from there, you can always call the office as well. Starting a business, running a business, oh my goodness, you don't know. All right, friends, family, employees, suppliers, creditors, going to knock you off the cliff, or they're going to catch you, you're going to fall off and die. Now, me, you understand, I always feel like I'm running out of time. When I was 2.5 years old, I started getting up at 2:25 in the morning. If I waited till 2:30, the abuser would get me. So I drop to my knees every day. I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go stare in the mirror every morning for 5 minutes, and I put myself in check. Most of you probably let your friends and family give their opinion, and they haven't done diddly squat, and you're counting on that. I think they're going to cloud your direction. July 4th, 14 years ago, 2009, I got 3 yachts in my backyard. I'm helping people basically 6 days a week. I got millions and billions corporate structure. Wife wants to take out one of the yachts with a group of people. No problem. Why not? Next day, I'm in a coma and I get to die. I get to hear my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. From there, Jesus asked me if I want to stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. See, I want to show you exactly how I have no excuses, and neither do you. I moved 24 times. I was 11.5 years old, from anywhere from Watts, Hawthorne, Torrance, Long Beach, and all the good areas. And you had to learn to kick it or run. I'd rather die than run. I've been shot twice, knife 6 times. So you got no excuses from now on. All right, if you want to feel sorry for yourself, that's 3 seconds or less. I'm God's example. So let's pay attention today. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. See, being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. I've written 39 books in the last 40 or years, and I got literally for the last 14 years, I've got basically a bunch of them ready to go. I got one called Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer. See, people say things they will regret they said. It's like, shut up, especially men and women. Women are tape recorders. Men should just shut up, go yell at the sky, come back, and bite their tongue and live longer. All right, the ultimate goal. From there, another one coming out, fighting the monster within. Oh, I love this one. Bullshit doesn't pay my bills. I mean, all that stuff on TikTok and Google and YouTube too. From here, all right, very simple, fighting the pain, through the pain, because we all go through crap. But it's up to you. So let's get you past go, because I think you're stuck. How about we show you some Lamborghinis, Duffy Mansion, and how I broke the record, and white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis, race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris too. I just show you a couple goodies I obtained. Why didn't you? I call it Ray's Rules. Using my blueprints, see it, believe it, go get it. The ultimate goal that works every day. Now, credit repair, sorry to say it's a fraud. I mean, how many people are stupid enough to pay a credit repair company $100+ a month, thinking they have a magic wand, writing stupid letters, not mine, not late? If you screwed up your credit, you're guilty as can be. Rebuild the damn thing. You screwed it up, nobody else. But again, what are you going to do? Simple. You Google Section 611. And if you have an open collection account, it's simple. Just negotiate the damn debt. Don't be a crook. Don't rip off your creditor. If you want a 750, it's easy to do. Just negotiate any open collection account. All cards at 25-29% rule with the stick in the back of the card, but 2 and a wrapper rescore. Now you got a 750. What are you going to do? How about we learn the KISS method? Keep it simple, stupid. And we build $1 million of credit. We get to write it all off. All right, 25 steps, and you just write down today and think about it too. Here we got Intuit Credit Karma. Intuit bought Credit Karma December 3rd, 2020. There's no phone number to help you. All right, our new dashboards will be better than theirs, in my opinion. From here, if you let me analyze your credit, in about 24 hours, I can show you what you need to do to get to a 750 score in 90 working days, as long as you follow through. In my classes on Saturday, one of them during the day at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time is going to be education analyzation. I call case numbers. So I'm going to tell you live exactly what I need you to do. Will that be okay if I tell you the truth and you follow through? Here's the form you didn't pay attention to. Name to be shown on card, full name at birth other than above. That's an SS5 form from IRS to equal the SSN for 1040. We look at the card in your purse or wallet today. It says do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. And it says property of social administration, not you. We got our SSN for the 1040 tax return because we're sheep and ducks. From there, your first paycheck years ago, you thought the company ripped you off until they pointed out to you flat out, the IRS gets your cut, you get the leftover. See, that's what makes us ducks and sheep, because we don't follow along and we don't ask more questions like you should do today. We, the people, corporation's a legal person, file one tax return and almost not pay tax by playing the rules and the IRS rules. Two, we get one SSN. We're all ducks and sheep. Corporation gets an SS4. That means that the corporation is sued. You're screwed. Like that idiot on TikTok who signed the SS4 for those LLCs, who opened the bank account, whose name's on it. I've never heard so much crap in my life. But again, there's a lot of stupid out there too. They sue the corp, they sue you. If you don't do what the banks and grocery stores in the cities do in a subsidiary, it should be a division based. What I invented in 85 and 86. So you can become that certified CFO and you don't bring the pain home again. Would that be okay with you if I train you and hold your hand to rebuild your SSN? You're a CFO for the corp and the divisions. And then you look at the SS4, so you choose wisely and you don't basically do what? You get to be a double CFO simultaneously. You put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella and you protect the corp and your family. Ultimate goal. So we look at that SS5. Why don't we compare it to the SS4? It says legal name of entity or individual person. So banks and grocery stores and cities have separate tax ID for branch numbers, and they bankrupt pieces and get a tax credit. You could put your name there, and if you paid attention, you'd find out on that same form it says banking and credit purposes, one per every entity. Debt follows tax ID and bills credit reports too. Your corporation should only do four things. Buffer tax, corporate credits or write-off, cash credit, write it all off, car fleet price, free buffet at the hotel. The division should do the rest. Line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, bought wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability. I hope you're writing this down because you can't take a picture or record because I told you not to. All right, separate liability. I need you to put it here. Your divisions give you the line of defense under the corporate umbrella. That way you don't hurt the corp or your family ever again. I will definitely guarantee what I say I can do, as long as you're part of the program and you do what I tell you to do and you follow through. Violation, jacking up cards, no. Don't apply during the program. If you do, I charge you a fee or I have to close your case. Now, if you got an open collection account, negotiate, please. Past can't chase future. You have an IRS problem, they got a magic form too, 656, 433 A and B. There's always a solution to solve a problem starting today. From there, what are we going to do? 750 is waiting for you. Let's analyze you. Let's build you. Let's do a rapid refresh. Let's put your scores up to past 750, as long as we do and you do exactly what I asked you to do. You'll be part of the program too. Now, nice lady. All right, her grandfather left her half of basically Fashion Island. She's a billionaire. She asked, what happened, Ray? Why do I got a 650? Well, the reality is you're using half your cards. Why? She says, my attorney, my CPA, and my banker told me to. That's dumb, dumb, and dumber. You see, you got to balance your cards. From there, there's no green lights. I did a rapid rescore. I created green lights and got her a 781 at the time. Ultimate goal, nice couple. They were tricked by a bankruptcy attorney, him and his wife, to file bankruptcy. I would say never file bankruptcy unless they're going to garnish your wages tomorrow or sell your house in court. There's always a way around it. So they bankrupt everything. I got them an unsecured credit card to rebuild them unsecured. From there, they have 11 collection accounts Here's 3,000 so you can help balance your debt too. You see, if you let me rebuild you, you go to class, wrap a rescore, you follow through. The goal is a $750. We charge $9.99. We give you 1,000 card back to you. Very simple. During the broadcast, we give you a 50% discount, and the card becomes $500. From there, all you have to do is Zelle now, or call the office as well, 800-254-9506. From there, you got a problem. You're probably a voter like me. They sell that list 412 times a year. You have a cable bill, you have a corporation. See, you should actually opt out on the mailing list and call 888-567-8688. So opt out for about 5 years, please, but it's up to you. The ultimate goal, that's step number 4. Number 5, plan the problem. You had a friend and family member rip you off. You did it. You loaned them some money. They came back and said, I'm sorry, I didn't pay you back. See, free money, they don't respect it. So you allowed this to happen to you, and then you spent thousands of crap that didn't work. We look at safety credit, sticky, line of defense. All right, we look at the dashboards that say 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red, what I designed for Yarborough years ago. So that sticky will give you the discipline you've been lacking all along. So the next thing we have to look at is very simple. Every time you got an emergency, you keep screwing it up. You jacked them up, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, you couldn't run out dilly squat. But I understand something. There's a house and a car you maintain. They don't fluctuate your credit at all. Neither do the gold and platinum cards up to $1 million, as long as you maintain the payment. Those are the only cards you can get past 20% from now on because I said so. But you don't have to listen to me. I mean, look at where you are today. Have you been millionaire and billionaire? Probably not. So if you lose your job, have an emergency, what do? What everybody else does. They run out of time. They run out of money. They can't wait to go jack up the cards and tell the world to feel sorry for themselves. The answer is no. If you need $5,000 now, what do? Go ask your friends and your family in the bank. They all say no. When you need it, the answer is always no. This is a $5,000 card in my hand. If I max it out, the payment's $50 a month. The average person wastes $50 every other day. They also say that you waste 140 a week. If that's true, that's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off a corporate credit card, I get to write it all off. The payment is $612.26. During the pandemic, I can get 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through using some common sense. Oh, there it is again. Why made you jump? Just stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. So if you write down Ray's rules today, get you $100,000 of credit, 20% utilization, 71,000 of safety. The only thing in the future you should ever allow to get screwed up is the division, with no intent to do fraud. If they sue the corp, they sue you. Division, you can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and you can separate the pieces. So this is have your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules, step number 7 today. Become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home ever again. So we can play. So the goal is simple today. There I am in a coma. Wish I could have set up and like boo and scared the hell out of him, but I couldn't do that. Google the address, you find out I'm telling you the truth. From there, my first coma, I was 5.5. I was crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. See, I think the devil's trying to hold us back and knock us down. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So the goal is to repackage your whole life the way I want to do for you. It's like Humpty Dumpty, my way. What's a corporation again? A legal person that may sue or be sued. The lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. Again, half the people are lazy, the other half aren't stupid. They just follow stupid. Division gives you the line of defense. Ultimate goal, corporate umbrella. If you allow me to get you the tax ID, I get to build cash credit reports instantly. From there, I build cash credit if you allow me to as we rebuild you and line you up for some checkbook money too. 9 divisions is usually up to $1 million. From there, we have 41 up to $5 million. And the ultimate goal is simple today. Look at your corporation right away, please. Find out your name's on it. And I'm telling you the truth. You're the officer too. And basically, if you use your home address, change it right away. Usually 87% of people do that too. The goal is to put your ducks in a row. Well, I designed for the grown-ups when I was a kid. Currently, when they sue the corp, they sue you, you're a duck and a sheep, and that sucks. A division is a line of defense to protect you and your family every step of the way. He lost his job. What are we going to say? Boo-hoo-hoo? I'd go to the church, get some food, what needs to be done. Next thing I do what I did when I came out of the coma. I lose my job. They stole my life. I got homeless again. Kind of sucks. I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, and my bracelet. I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. A corporation builds itself. This is his chance to start his own business. All right, the ultimate goal. I designed it for $250 per entity. $150, all right, checkbook money, and every card up to $100,000. So that's $1 million if it's times 9. And if I do checkbook money, that's $2.5 million. So you could be building the credit right away to get started to finance the American dream and write it all off too. A division is very simple. All right, I want to build a corporate umbrella. I want to have 3 divisions in the corporation, $10,000 of cash credit per entity. Ultimate goal. So today, if you want a division set up for you, it's $9.99. You're getting $10,000 of credit from it too. You want 3, it's usually $29.97. If it is done during this webinar with me or calling the office, it is $1,999. That means you get $30,000 of credit, 3 divisions, as long as it is a Zelle. A Zelle only, all right, because the reality is we don't have to worry about a fee for credit card too. Ultimate goal, call the office, 800-254-9506, or Zelle now, and write down RW when you sell. I like goodies. Do you like goodies yet? I think you should have your own goodies. Why don't you get up to $1 million of cash credit cards, $5 million of checkbook money? See, that's the ultimate goal. So let's make you a money-making machine. 100,000 to 1 million vendor and supply credit, OPM money. What I designed for Dun & Bradstreet selling products on Amazon and eBay. Simple to do as we play. So if I rebuild you here, then we want to get a card for the corporation in this division. Why don't we go get that Spark? All right, they always have on the commercial set unlimited times 9. How about the blue times 9? How will we go after the gray times 9? And then from there we go after the ink times 9, gold card times 9. Now these are only the first 5 cards, not the 10 I like, 5 more too, up to $5 million. Now I want you to think about checkbook money. Your banks give you up to $150,000 no tax return, as long as you have a 2-year corp. You don't have one, you wait till next year, or you get one from us. These are my 5 favorite ones. It's called checkbook money per entity, up to about $5.4 million. The ultimate goal is to repackage every one of you, so we get to play. If you want a shelf corp from last year to this year, you pay the filing fee, put it in your corporation, your state. All right, the office is going to sell it to you for $9.99. During a webinar, it's $4.99 to you. If you Zelle. If not, call the office and double the fee, because that's what I told you you're going to pay. Again, you can call that office right away. I got specialty classes on Saturday during my 10. The specialty classes at 8:30 in the morning. This Saturday is called Leveraging the Money. From what we're going to do is it's $9.99 for specialty classes, or $4.99 per class. So again, this crazy stuff has to stop. You got to quit bringing the pain home and jacking it up, getting stuck, can't get any more, can't ride daily squat. Those days are over. Gold and platinum cards allow you to max it out up to $1 million, and they have a paid overtime limit as well. So keep in mind the ultimate goal is for you to be a certified CFO, which every cash application requires as well. So again, borrow money not taxable. Why don't you buy your lifetime income? The only thing that ever screws up should be a division with no intent to do fraud. That is your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules. All right, certified CFO, and never bring the pain home ever again. If I give you a check for $1 million today, what would you do? Put it in your personal bank account. You get to keep $375. I would have said put it in the corporation or the division of you. Pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. But again, it's your choice, winning the battle. It's like the United States of America Incorporated. What do? They bankrupt 11 cities under Chapter 9, public record. So they got 50 corps called states. States got corps called cities. And then from there, what happens? They can basically do what? Chapter 11, no, Chapter 9 bankruptcy, bankrupt the debt. See, you could play the game as long as you have no intent to do fraud. But that's up to you. Step number 9 today. Please Google bankruptcy. Make a decision the next time blank hits the fan in your life. Is it SSN or SS4? Your ultimate goal is you have to make a decision that day. From there, if you let me add you to my credit system, I can build you up to $1 million. You go to class, you don't follow any why, and you follow through. That's the ultimate goal. Now, a corporation this morning to an attorney CPA and our incorporating service is about $5,000. I don't understand that because that's called ripping you off. Why? They're free in all 50 states. You pay a filing fee. You want to learn diddly squat anyway. Rebuild your credit, rapid score. Articles also tax if you don't have them. I'll hand it to you for free. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here's for $999. What the average person pisses away in a given month, I'm handing them $5,000 of credit back, personal business. That's 5 times their investment. Nobody does that on this planet besides me. All right, analyze in 24 hours, add history, and pop credit right away. There you go, being a certified CFO. As you play, but again, that means you have to sell if you want that credit and that price today, now. From here, we get to play. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way where I rebuild you. See, I want you to get past go. All right, get in some goodies like I obtained mansions in the harbor, race boats, yachts, Lamborghinis, buildings, and helicopters too. Please change your driver's license as soon as possible to a mailbox, etc., or a P.O. box, because I don't want people to know where you live. I want you to have your privacy, but that's up to you. Next, that's step 12. Let's look at the car you drive today. I bet you went to the dealership, you let them treat you like a sheep and a duck, sweat you for 4 to 5 hours, you get up to 9 inquiries and lose about $20,000 too. That's not how you buy a car, by the way. A car should be fleet price, tax ID division. The ultimate goal, no gap insurance, it's a corporate car. You buy a house, no, you don't ever put 2 people on the loan. That'd be kind of stupid. He screws up, she screws up, back him out. No, stop. People are not stupid, they just follow stupid. Car shouldn't be your car. But if you lose your house and car, don't worry, the creditor will give you shitty credit. They'll report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you have an IRS problem, and now you got double shitty credit. Congratulations, you didn't follow from planning the problem, which you should have did in the first place. Every registered owner of a car should be a division and not you. But again, this is up to you, putting each piece of property in a division. Why? You know who's going to slip and fall and sue and screw you up. Your house payment offsets your personal tax return. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? They're doing what they're allowed to do. There's no loophole. He bought Twitter in 24 hours in front of all of us, and it took him a week to screw it up. He's dumb and dumber. He's just plain stupid. Okay, but again, he wants to X the spot. He's got a spaceship, so do the other 2 guys. Ultimate goal. So you can join the club, the ultimate goal, and you can win the battle if you want to. Step 15, learning to play. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction. The ultimate goal is pay tax by a Lamborghini. Your paycheck is taxable income, right? That means you get the leftover. And then you're paying the car payment, gas, registration, insurance, when the corporation should pay for you, and you should be yelling the word no. That's step 17 for you today. Next, I'd like you to go to irs.gov and get a hold of an SS4 form. I want you to find out where it says banking and credit purposes on the form. You never had to be a duck or a sheep. You chose to follow stupid. You ended up doing stupid. Sorry to say, you're not stupid. But the reality is you have to make sure you don't bring the pain to the corp or your family ever again. Now, Mama, she got a baby this morning, born. Because of Nixon, within 2 hours, she has to sign an SS5 form for the baby for SSN. And the baby goes home and take a nap. The ultimate goal, everything to me is rules and tools. So that means you basically buy a house, it's escrow, closed, homestead trust. You have a house not in a trust, I call that stupid, because when they sue you, they screw you. And then from there, when you die, it's stuck into probate, and your family got diddly squat. Ultimate goal. So if you listen very carefully today, when you fix up a property, they basically hire the subcontractors, stand outside Home Depot, and if they slip, fall, cut corners, they screw you up too. But if you do it my way, they're going to get diddly squat. I like my way, don't you? Why don't you look up an irrevocable trust today? The ultimate goal is going to be up to step 19. So if you want to be a crook and not file tax returns, just go to prison, because that's where you belong. All right, you can go join Wesley Snipes, who went there for 3 years, $5 million fine, being stupid, listening to CPAs and attorneys. All right, there's a lot of stupid people in this world. Wesley's not stupid, he just followed stupid. But again, you can't play peekaboo, the IRS making a mess. If you tried it, they have a form for you called 656 433 A and B. So that's step 20 for you today. Learn to be an OPM. Save up to 70%. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. Close escrow, get 200,000. Leverage it to 15 million. Line of defense, borrow money's not taxable. By the way, that's called step 21, blackjack. Oops, it looks like you get to win. The ultimate goes up to you as we play the game. There's my office. All right, 14 years ago, One Technology Drive, Irvine Spectrum, 22,000 square foot, 3 buildings in other states, doing up to $1 million a day. My life was stolen when I was in a coma. I came back and get to help you. So the ultimate goal, I had to rebuild my life to millions and billions again. What did I do? Go boo-hoo-hoo, go home to? No way. I fight for everything I want. I see it, I believe it, I go get it. I took out my 5 closet divisions, write it down. You're going to need 5 closet divisions as a backup, like 5 bodies in the closet. And then I went and go build another $1 million of credit. I've been doing this since I was 9.5. Don't you think you should be doing that too? Quit hurting your family. Learn the 1,000 steps to millionaire. If you don't have the Millionaire's Founders Kit, again, it's yours for free, as long as you sell $99 for shipping and handling. There you go, up and away. There's your Zell. Make sure you put RW and write down your home address where you want it shipped to. Very simple to do. Call the office of, 800-254-9506. Ask for a specialist or ask for Scott. I'm online 6 days a week, in line or in person for 45 years. Credit, loan, and money. That's how you get financial freedom. It's how you start building residual income, up to $50,000 a month. I call it free money, but you have to maintain the payment. So on $50,000, it's $650 a month. If we did this correctly, you can start at $40,000 to basically literally up to $75,000 a month income. But then you have to start thinking about being an investor. I think you should find the 16 ways to invest money in an opportunity. Starting basically 10% of the money I build you, why don't you put it into an investment and get residual income? So the biggest problem we always have is still you. You're in your own way. Maybe hedge fund, maybe real estate, franchise, maybe storage unit. So it's like basically piece by piece into millionaire. First day 1, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Everything we build up and away. And that's how it works. So you can pre-register for the event that's next week. And if you pre-register between now and tomorrow, it is $6.99. If not, by Monday, it'll be basically $9.99. I'm giving you a $300 discount if it's done today. Literally, it's on the 17th, which is next Thursday, from 3 o'clock, and I don't care if it goes 3 to 4 hours. Special workshop is about building residual income, because that's your biggest mistake on you. You didn't build residual income, and that's what you need to do. There's your Zell for that discount of $6.99 if it's done during this webinar too. Make sure you put RW what you did it for too as well. Ultimate goal is very simple. If you're not in a package, click the picture now. One call with me privately. 90 days of level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes on Saturday. It was live. Based on your investment, how much bonus credit you get back to you, up to 5 to 10 times much. You're a current client, want to add $10,000 to your package. It's $4.99 if it's done during this webinar with me. If you want to add $25,000, it is $9.99. Again, it is a Zelle only. If you allow me to get you that $100,000, let me add you to cards, personal, business, and divisions. And let's get you basically built up on the way and ask for a separate billing for you. Usually 100,000 is 10%, which is about 10 grand. From here, if you want, if you basically Zelle during this broadcast, it is $39.99. The lowest price you're going to get is right now, today. It's a Zelle, or call the office as well. Now, understand, a corporation is a legal person. It may sue or be sued. So the divisions give us the line of defense. We're protecting the corp and our family. That's the ultimate goal when we roll the dice. As we play 9 divisions, up to that is $1 million. 41 is up to $5 million too. The ultimate goal is building a corporate umbrella. 10,000 of cash credit for every division today. It's $9.99. All right, you get 10,000 of credit back to you. If you did 3, it's $29.97. The ultimate goal, if you want to do the 3 today while I'm on the webinar, it's $19.99. You get 30,000 of credit, 3 divisions. It is a Zelle only, and write down RW in your Zelle, or call the office at 800-254-9506. What are you willing to lose? Family, corporate division? The way I design this in games, we always lose pieces on both sides. My design is we both get checkmate. Step 23 today. Ultimate goal, think to be the impossible. Simple, reaching the dream, raise rules, making people millionaires into corporate divisions. And the reality is training them to be a certified CFO. So keep in mind, if you have joint credit, it's just in the way. Next, you buy a house, it's escrow, closed homestead trust. You get a corp, you don't spend thousands, you get it for free on the Secretary of State's website. Then you add divisions: real estate, franchise, current business, line of defense. My programs, I try to give you up to 10 times your money back, not only to take away excuses, but that way it can finance itself. The reality is very simple to do. Step 24. If all you want me to do is rebuild your credit, 750 is waiting for you. We'll analyze you right away at a rapid rescore. You go to class, you don't fall on your white, we target a 750. We normally charge you $9.99 and give you 1,000 card back to you. During the broadcast, we discount 50%. So you get it for $4.99 and the card becomes $500. Ultimate goes very simple. Starter package, rebuild credit, rapid score, give you the articles, also tax ID for free unless you have it already, and set up level 1 with me live on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. $9.99 is what the average person wastes in a given month. Let's rebuild their life and give them 5,000 of credit back. From there, let's add history, analyzation, and start popping credit right away. Would that be okay if I did that for you too? The ultimate goal, if you did it right away. There's your Zelle, now. All right, if you don't do that or call the number 800-254-9506, you're going to blow it today, but that's up to you. Rebuilding you, you give me referrals, I'll build credit. If you want me to Zelle you 10% commission, I'll do that too, as long as that person names your name when they sign up. If they don't, they blew it for you. Email me their name and phone number too, so you get credit for it right away. Draw that diagram in front of you. The bank's bankrupt locations called branch numbers. Sam's Club, Geico, cities. So if you learn to basically do one thing, stop bringing the pain home, you become a certified CFO, and you reprogram your brain to millionaire status. You look beyond the curtain, you stop bringing the pain home, we stay safe and strong, we do our best, Jesus does the rest, amen to that too. At the end of the day, it's all up to you. See, you got choices, and unfortunately what happens in this world, a lot of people say a lot of blah, 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 and I don't like blah, 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 unless there's knowledge behind the blah, blah, blah. So today, Zelle, simple to do, right away for the specialties I offered you. All right, or call 800-254-9506. We do our best, God does the rest, amen to that too, and never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.